Hi, hey, I'm Pascal from Orangepixel, and this is pretty much where it started 200 episodes ago. Today is the 200th episode of weekly videos. I did more videos on other days, but 200 videos on Thursday since 2018, since that pretty awkward first video. I should show you. It was very awkward. It was my first time doing this. I wasn't really, this was not my thing. It was out of my comfort zone. Let me just show you how it looks. Hi, welcome to this video. It's a new year and I've decided to try something new. I'm gonna record videos. I'll be showing you what I'm working on. The games, the graphics, the releasing of games, the website, everything. I've seen enough. That's pretty awkward. This video I want to talk about what made that awkward YouTube guy turn into this awesome and amazing YouTube guy. No, that's not what I meant. I meant to say what made me do it. Why did I push myself through all that, and how did I actually manage to do 200 consecutive uploads and stick with YouTube? So a couple of interesting reasons. I'm not going to talk about how to make awesome YouTube videos. There are many channels that will explain those things to you. It all comes down to lighting. Make sure you have great lights like this. Light from the back was just stupid. You always need to have light from front, and from the back is nice as extra light, but make sure everything is correctly lit. So you'll need to get some hardware for that, or have like a very good window where you can sit at. Light is important, and hardware wise, pretty much the most expensive stuff is the best. So check your budget, get the best you can get within that budget. Try to go for 2 lights and a good camera, and you're ready to go. I'm not gonna go into all the hardware stuff. I'm just gonna go into the human stuff behind it. Why did this guy do YouTube videos? This is so awkward to see. Yeah, let's do the intro and then we're gonna talk about it. But also let's do an old intro. I'll pick a random old intro. I've done a new one every year, so let's pick an old one. This could be fun. This was not my comfort zone. Talking to a camera, just showing myself on the internet like that, very far out of my comfort zone. But what made me do it? 2 reasons. One reason, when I started around that time, a lot of stuff was going on where gamers were sort of attacking developers and game developers, and a lot of gamers figured that game developers are not in it with passion in their games, but are just in it for the money. This was a lot towards AAA game developers, but I can tell you that it's not true for anybody in this industry. You don't go into games if you have nothing or have no feeling about the game and are in it for the money. There are much better jobs where you can earn a lot more money, also sitting at a computer programming, and have nothing to do with games or the whole toxic environment that can happen around it. But I saw a lot of that happening, and I wanted to show people all the attention that goes into creating a game, all the attention, all the work, hard work, all the time, the investment, everything that goes into creating a game that you then might play and not like at all, and then just go rant on it on the internet somewhere on a random forum, tell it's stupid and the developer doesn't know what he's doing and there's no passion for it. There is a story behind it. A game like that doesn't get made by pressing 2 or 3 buttons and then it's done. There's a lot of stuff that goes into creating games and coming up with ideas for games, and I wanted to show that on camera. So for that I needed to do this, talk to you through a lens and show you what my day-to-day stuff is. That's my thing. I'm a full-time game developer. Every day I sit at my computer with a lot of passion for the game I'm working on. I go full in a full day, and then even when I quit at night or in the evenings, my head is still working on it. Last night we were just watching a couple of TV shows, but while I'm watching the TV show, my head is still going around about all the things I've been doing all this week. I can't talk about that. I'll talk about that next week. But I've been doing some awesome stuff for the game. Make sure to check the Discord where I've been showing some stuff here and there. My head is just busy with this game all the time, especially once we're at a certain point in game development where the game is starting to show what it is and starting to become an actual game. At that point, it's just so much adrenaline that goes through you, just trying to create that game and finish it and make it the best game you can make it, and then release it to people that hopefully will also love it and play it. All that stuff that goes into a game, that's what I wanted to show, and that's the first reason why I started this YouTube channel. The second reason is showing the face behind Orangepixel and show the face and the person behind these games. I always compare this to musicians. They create a song and you might like the song, but then they have an audience, they go on tour, and you go to see that person sing the song, and usually you can't even hear it as well as you can on the radio or on Spotify, but you go in there for that person. It makes a connection, and that's something that game developers lack, and we miss that. We can create games, and some game developers are known and everybody knows them, but most of us are pretty unknown. We create games, we release them, people will know Orangepixel games, but they have no idea who it is. Is it a company? Is it just one guy? It's just me doing all these games, and that little connection, it's not a lot, it's not very personal, but there is a little connection between me and you. I'm the guy creating these games that you're playing, and that connection, I think, is important business-wise, because a personal connection always does a lot more than having a company create a game, release it, and you buying it. But if you have a personal connection with me, or at least through these YouTube videos, I think that just adds a lot, and that's what I wanted to try. So that's why I started. That's the second reason to start this YouTube channel and do these weekly videos. The main thing then, once I decided on doing that, was what kind of videos? What do I put in these videos, and how will I be able to keep that up, doing a new video every week? That took some time, and probably for every other game developer trying this, it's gonna take some time. It's gonna take a lot of time, a lot of videos before you land on that certain thing that you want to do and show. I now have these weekly devlogs pretty much, which are very easy to record for me. It's pretty much me talking to you like a friend, explaining what I've been doing this week on the new game that's coming and that hopefully you're being hyped about. And I'm just showing you all the cool new stuff that I've been doing. So it's just like talking to my best friend and being enthusiastic about this, because we have this in common. We have these games in common, and I want to show you what I've been doing. And that's the kind of video I'm making now. Every now and then I do something different. Like this video is pretty different because we're not gonna talk about the game today. Probably not. We're just gonna talk about this YouTube stuff and this channel, and just me having a friendly talk with you. So how do I feel every week? Here are a couple of tips for other developers or other people who want to start a channel, on how I'm doing it. I tried a lot of stuff on this channel, various different type of formats and different things. My inspiration for doing these videos were a lot of cinematographers and other big YouTubers, not so much other game developers. So I've been mostly watching them go around through town and cities and in office spaces and other areas, and that kind of influenced me on doing certain type videos. So I did outdoor videos, vlogging outside. It's just not my thing, and I don't need to do that because it doesn't add much to these videos. Every now and then I might just take you out on a trip and show you a little bit around town as I do my daily walks, but that's as far as it goes. Then there are a lot of game developers that just show you all the gameplay and show you a little bit of B-roll, just their setup, their studio office, and do a voiceover video. That's not what I wanted. That would go against my whole point of showing you who I am and not just letting you hear my voice. That camera shyness, you need to get over that and just don't give a don't care about it. Don't care about it. Everybody is different, everybody looks different, and people might like you, people might not like you. Those that like you will stick around, and those that do not like you, why make videos or care about them? Why make videos for them, care about them? Just ignore them, just do your thing, and it will all sort out, and it will become very natural to talk to a lens. Like I'm talking to a lens now and not cutting anywhere, just talking to you. And I'm gonna cut because I lost where I was. I had a couple of tips written down and completely lost it. That's probably one tip. I don't really write down scripts for these videos. I just have a couple of topics I want to cover. I sit down and pretty much make it up as I go. I don't like script reading. You can usually see people on YouTube that read scripts. They will be like this and then reading with their eyes left to right, and it just doesn't feel natural. So I don't do scripts. Every now and then some bullet points, but usually my bullet points are pretty much my to-do list. What have I been doing this week? Pick some of the highlights there, or the most interesting that are visually interesting to show you, and talk about those. So no scripts, just go sit down and know what you're gonna talk about, and then just wing it pretty much. But that's how I do everything, so maybe it doesn't work for everybody. Camera angles is the other thing I've been doing in my videos. You probably noticed it if you've been watching. I move my camera to different spots around here. I really think that's interesting and gives a better view of my office, but it also breaks up the video in parts and pieces. And people's attention span has been very short and been getting shorter and shorter. So you need to do those type of things every now and then to keep your videos interesting. And that's what I've been doing. It also works very well for my format. It gives me time to think while I set up the camera on the other side, and then just start at another topic or another part of my YouTube video. And by doing that a couple of times, I end up with an interesting video. I also decided not to do tutorials or indie game developer tips, and I get asked about those things very often. Every now and then I do interesting indie tip videos, usually in December because ad revenue is higher. So in December we push more videos if possible. But I try to stay away from those type of videos. Most game developers doing those kind of videos, I'm sorry if I'm gonna be talking bad, but they only released 1 or 2 games and they're talking to their audience like they have all the information and knowledge. And I think it's very fake. All that interesting knowledge they are spreading and telling you, that comes from other sources. You can just Google for that. There are many good websites explaining all those things, and marketing tips, what you should do for game development. All those things can be found on the internet, and these guys are just rehashing it to you. I want to stay away from that stuff. I want to show you how a game is getting made from start to finish. That's why there are now a couple of good diaries, developer log diaries playlists on the channel. Space Grunts 2 made from scratch from week 1 all the way to release, and then a couple of updates. Residual, of course, my last game, all from week 1 or 2 all the way to release, with an Apogee publisher coming in, a Kickstarter. All that stuff wasn't known when I started the video series, but it's all there, and I think that's pretty cool to have on this channel. And now we're doing Regulator City from first week of development until it becomes a game that's released and sold. And if I can manage and can talk about it, depending on a publisher or not, at the end of the year I'll do a recap on how business was for Orangepixel, and are we still gonna do another year, or do I have to find another job? That's pretty much the question I ask at the end of every year, and those kind of videos are on this channel. Pretty much everything from start to finish on how to create a game, what goes into it, the time investment, the money investment, the thought process, why are you making certain choices and design decisions, and all that stuff is pretty much this channel. And that's what I wanted to show everybody. Besides making this personal collection with you as a viewer, I'm creating the games. If you don't like it, that's fine. If you don't like the game, I understand completely. But just don't go crazy on game developers not having his clue or not having passion for games, because I don't work on these games just for money. Trust me, I can probably get a better job somewhere else as another programmer on corporate software or whatever. I can probably make a lot more money and have a much more stable job and stable income. I do this with a lot of passion, and every game developer I know has that same passion. Nobody is in it for the money. Everybody is doing it because they love games and creating worlds and creating ideas and things and seeing them come to life and then having you play it. If you don't like a game, that's fine, then it's not your type of game. Move on to something else. There are like hundreds of games released every week on different platforms. There is probably something else you can spend your time on instead of ranting at developers who maybe didn't really make the type of game you wanted to make. Okay, and that's it for this week's video, for episode 200. Next week we'll talk about game development again, because that's what this channel is about. I just explained all of that. Regulator City, been doing some cool stuff this week. Squad AI, it was again something I had no experience with, but I think I got it up and running, almost. Talk about that next week probably. If you want to see some early stuff, hop on the Discord. I posted some things here and there, and it's pretty cool. Alright, thanks for watching this video. Like, subscribe, comment below and all that stuff. One more tip, if you're doing videos, if you're gonna do videos, try to come up with something at the start and something at the end. Like I pretty much always start with, hey, I'm Pascal from Orangepixel. That just pushed me into the whole video. I don't have to come up with an opening line or sentence, and everybody that's still dating, you know how hard it is to come up with an opening line. Try to just have one that works and very simple, very normal and very easy to say and makes sense. Hi, I'm Pascal from Orangepixel, but of course you can't use that one because you're not, alright. Anyway, and at the end, it's just pretty much thanks for watching, like, subscribe, comment below, and I'll see you next video. Alright, bye. I just explained everything, how I was professional and became better and better, and then I do stuff like this. It's a long learning process, but we'll get there.